Oh, what a noise, what a reception here in Philadelphia. We are just minutes away from getting started in this 4th of July last 16 clash between Paraguay and France. Well, former US Olympic captain Brian Dunseth, what will Paraguay need to do today to stop this so far unstoppable force of France?
Well, they've got to continue to build the momentum and the self-belief after pushing aside Germany in the previous round. Obvious defensive, pragmatic approach, but for France, they've been electric from the start of the tournament, scored multiple goals in every match so far. So consistency in France's attackers. The challenge is moving around a Paraguayan low block out of a comfortable defensive shape. But today, Ellen, it's extreme heat. It's heavy influence of tactics. It's substitution patterns, fatigue management, and maybe most importantly, the margins of sports science.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that both managers was asked about in the pre-match press conferences, and particularly Didier Deschamps was asked in detail about the lengths that his side may go to today. He didn't want to give too much away, but did say that he was in the USA for the Club World Cup last year with his assistant coach, and they've taken so many learnings from that tournament. Sweltering heat here in Philadelphia. Kickoff is not far away. Well, here's a look at the refereeing team for this game. Tantashev is the refereeing all-on-field team from Uzbekistan. He was the man in the middle for 2 group stage games, and this is his first appearance in the knockout stages in what is his first World Cup. Watching away in Dallas, Juan Lara is the VAR tonight. Well, here's a look at the team, starting with Paraguay. Orlando Hill and his backline matched France for clean sheets this tournament, and a huge boost for Paraguay. Aldolete starts despite being a pre-match. Oh, what a noise, what a reception here in Philadelphia. We are just minutes away from getting started in this 4th of July last 16 clash between Paraguay and France. Well, former US Olympic captain Brian Dunseth, what will Paraguay need to do today to stop this so far unstoppable? The backline is unchanged, but in front of them, Manu Kone comes in for Chouameni, who has picked up a thigh injury. France boasts a terrifying and unchanged front line, who are eyeing up records left, right and centre. Michael Olise has 5 assists so far this tournament. One more would equal Pelé's record in a single tournament. Kylian Mbappe is second in the race for the Golden Boot, just 1 goal behind Messi. Well, the Argentine Gustavo Alfaro in charge of Paraguay. He says this is not just one more match, as we so frequently hear from head coaches. Says it's a last 16 tie with the world's #1. And there is the man at the helm for France. Full throttle end to his time in charge. Didier Deschamps will end his tenure as France's longest-serving head coach at the end of the tournament. Not an empty seat in the house in Philadelphia. What a sight this is. Oh, what a noise, what a reception here in Philadelphia. We are just minutes away from getting started in this 4th of July last 16 clash between Paraguay and France. World Cup match, and it's Paraguay and France who clash for a place in the quarterfinals and a tie with Morocco. Mr. Villemans' feet. Now Mbappe.
Well, again, though,
He'll be so happy with this France. Ball over the top. It's a little bit too far ahead of Barcola, who raises one hand in thanks to his teammates.
Well, the challenge of playing flat 3 in the back is...
And straight into the palms of Orlando Hill.
Again, we've seen balance, we've seen flexibility, and we put the ball as quickly as possible in the attacking phase of play to minimize the distance between themselves and the opponent's goals.
Early yellow card going the way of Bradley Barcola.
Cáceres comes together, and Barcola, he's not trying to get a piece of him, but he does swing through, and the bar's been set early from the referee in terms of challenges.
Steps up, has a look for goal himself. Orlando Hill said, rooted to the spot. Dembele, high-looking ball looking to the back post where Mbappe was waiting, and that will be that for the first period of the game. 20. Paraguay have had a handful of runs forward, breaking out of their own half, but unable to create anything really of use. And as much as France have had the possession, it was just before that hydration break that we saw our first shot of the game. So here, the chance may open up, it pings off the boots of Upamecano and then sent out wide. There's Diego Gomez. Almiron goes down, nothing given. Now play will be stopped. Tees something up there. The header almost there from Kylian Mbappe. Was in a perfect position, just couldn't quite connect.
And it looked like it might have been Velasquez who comes through, check from the back shoulder, and
Rabiot goes from distance and fires into the crowd. This tournament, no one behind has hit the back of the net, although Rabiot did provide an assist against Senegal.
Well, there's nothing more frustrating as a centre-back when a
floating ball from Diego Gomez and into the arms of Mbappe. Tries to wrestle his way free, looks away the referee, and well, there's a handful of pushes there, and quick to react was the referee, but now he's in the middle of a large scuffle here, and even the goalkeeper has come over just to diffuse things, and that is somewhat helped from Orlando Hill, who was quick off his line to just calm things down. And it is Elise. Floating ball and not cleared, now it is, headed over the top. The strike is bouncing and straight into the arms of Orlando Hill.
Well, France is wasting no time whatsoever. The moment they are awarded a...
Mbappe's gone down. Off the ball challenge, and well, very quickly over to plead France's case is Dembele.
Well, it's Galarza as he comes across the Mbappe. He's making this run. He's trying to get in front. It's a right arm that comes up. Take another look at
the delivery. And Tissot loses out, and it will go down as a throw for France. Will roll forward. It's a clever flick, but no one there to meet it, and that will be that for the first half. A first half controlled by France, but it will be Paraguay who will be the happier of the two sides as they break. He hasn't had the involvement, the French captain, that he would have wanted in the game. 38 places separate the two sides, but it is half-time here at Philadelphia. Paraguay 0, France 0. Well, Brian Dunseth, is that the first half that you expected in this clash, a divided clash between France and Paraguay? 38 places separate them in the FIFA rankings. Did you expect more from France?
Well, I think the expectation was the style of play that we saw individually from both France and Paraguay. But for Paraguay, the most important thing was for them to get through this 45 minutes without conceding a goal. And again, it falls in alignment with their identity, which is simply results over aesthetics. Again, remember, 24% possession as they pushed aside Germany in the round of 32. For France, we talk about athleticism, we talk about star power, we talk about the freedom and fluidity to take the chances and interpret the space that the game gives them. That being said, Didier Deschamps has to be thinking about Desiree Doué and Ryan Cherki in particular to be impact players in this second half.
Absolutely. You mentioned Desiree Doué. He was the man who came out to face the press yesterday, and he did say he knows his role. There's no hard feelings between him and Bradley Barcola. He knows that when he's required, when he's called upon, he will step up. And, well, at times, Julio Enciso has stepped up. He is, of course, a man who plays his football in France with Strasbourg. And out of all the 22 players on the pitch, he has played the most minutes in Ligue 1 this season. How long will he remain in the league? There is plenty of attention around the former Brighton man with regards to a move back to the Premier League. But all attention now on trying to find a way into the quarter-final of the World Cup here across Canada, the USA and Mexico. Nice cooling breeze just starting to ripple through the stadium, and that is most welcome. 37 degrees Celsius. It is the hottest ever World Cup match on record.
And I think that's part of the challenge for both of these managers at this stage of the tournament and after the either early and deep or getting down to the inline for cutback balls.
Well, free kick has been given away of Paraguay with Miguel Almiron down on the ground. A couple of good opportunities and goes again. But fires into a crowd of French fans behind the goal.
Oh, he's begging the referee that there was a touch on the way through. As he
comes Mbappe, huge chance, but he just takes his time. A touch too long. They want a handball. They think that he controlled the ball with his arm. The corner's been taken quickly. France trying to catch out the Paraguay back line, firing into the side netting. Well, it was just absolute chaos ahead of that corner being taken. They were pleading ever so desperately. Caceres, I felt like Paraguay deserved something here. Let's take a look back.
Yeah, and it goes all the way back. Mike Magnon, as he hits the side volley into space, that allows the defender.
Chasing. Closely watched by Kunde. The ball had gone out of play. And, well, you can see the reason for the change is as Canale prepares to come on the pitch. It's
get pushed at times.
There's the shot, and it's high and looping once again. And Barcola, who's quick to nestle his head into the chest of his teammates, knows he needs to do better. And will we see changes coming soon for, well, Paraguay potentially first, as he signals that it's time to come off, and that will be a huge hit. Julio Enciso has been the big creative force. Arm from Saliba. You see him take the ball up to the corner, and now, well, that's taken it out of Miguel Almiron. That sprint out of his own half and bearing down towards goal. It was a strong hand to the penalty check, and he is going over to the screen. Well, the appeals were so loud from France, the players, the bench and the fans. And have the appeals been heard down in Dallas?
Oh, it's very clear and very evident. You don't need too many looks at it to see where the contact is. And for Diego Gomez, as he leaves out that left leg, he's not getting a touch on the ball. And as Desiree Doué walks the high line and the high wire, now it seems very clear and evident what the referee is going to decide.
After the on-field review, number 8 of defense.
Mbappe, who steps up and rolls the ball into the back of the net. Was it ever in doubt? France's 150th goal at a World Cup. From the spot, from Kylian Mbappe.
Well, the deception was Ousmane Dembele standing over the penalty spot.
And to take his team to another World Cup final and another win. Yellow card showing the way of Manu Cornet coming into the starting lineup. Come through after that, caught the attention, and now Michael Olise with 5 assists this tournament, and a player who really has become irreplaceable. Well, the intensity has stepped up a level. And down forward, we are over the 10 additional minutes. They're not happy with the position of Mbappe, and it won't matter. The French machine does indeed march on. A 4th consecutive quarter-final appearance for France. They had to fight for it. A closer battle than they would have expected. It is the end of the road for Paraguay, who would have dreamed so much of reaching the quarterfinals as they did in 2010. But it is France, the favourites to go all the way through the competition, who had to fight. Huge chance, but he just takes his time. A touch too long. They want a handball. They think that he controlled the ball with his arm. The corner's been taken quickly. France trying to catch out the Paraguay backline, firing into the side netting. Well, it was just absolute chaos ahead of that corner being taken. They were pleading ever so desperately. Caceres, I felt like Paraguay deserved something here. Let's take a look back.
Yeah, and it goes all the way back. Mike Magnon, as he hits the side volley into space, that allows the defender.
Chasing. Closely watched by Koundé. The ball had gone out of play. And, well, you can see the reason for the change is Jose Canale prepares to come on the pitch. It's
get pushed at times.
There's the shot, and it's high and looping once again. And Barcola, who's quick to nestle his head into the chest of his teammate, knows he needs to do better. And will we see changes coming soon for, well, Paraguay potentially first, as he signals that it's time to come off, and that will be a huge hit. Julio Enciso has been the big creative force. Arm from Saliba. You see him take the ball up to the corner, and now, well, that's taken it out of Miguel Almiron. That sprint out of his own half and bearing down towards goal. It was a strong hand. Huge chance, but he just takes his time. A touch too long. They want a handball. They think that he controlled the ball with his arm. The corner's been taken quickly. France trying to catch out the Paraguay backline, firing into the side netting. Well, it was just absolute chaos ahead of that corner being taken. They were pleading ever so desperately. Caceres, I felt like Paraguay deserved something here. Let's take a look back.
Yeah, and it goes all the way back. Mike Magnon, as he hits the side volley into space, that allows the defender.
Chasing. Closely watched by Koundé. The ball had gone out of play. And, well, you can see the reason for the change is Jose Canale prepares to come on the pitch. It's
get pushed at times.
There's the shot, and it's high and looping once again. And Barcola, who's quick to nestle his head into the chest of his teammate, knows he needs to do better. And will we see changes coming soon for, well, Paraguay potentially first, as he signals that it's time to come off, and that will be a huge hit. Julio Enciso has been the big creative force. Arm from Saliba. You see him take the ball up to the corner, and now, Well, that's taken it out of Miguel Almiron, that sprint out of his own half and bearing down towards goal. It was a strong hand.